Anybody else? Day for yesterday, what was it that we discussed? Day before yesterday, what was it that we discussed?
We discussed about bhakti. One devotee is here. She is telling Swami.
Okay.
Bhakti. She says bhakti. We discussed.
What?
She says we have discussed bhakti. One devotee here. She says one bhakti. We have discussed about. How we should behave in our daily life with the devotion. That's what she says.
Bhakti to Bhagavan should not be limited to only our traditional form of worship. Bhakti to Bhagavan, along with our traditional way of worship, like puja,
Face is okay, money by. Now better. Thank you. Yes. Swamiji is visible now. No, still little down. No. That much is enough.
this is our
Yes, Swamiji, that is fine. Money by that is okay. Face is going down again.
let me bhakti normally
that much is enough.
One more.
Yes, money by.
Okay. Yes.
Perfect.
Normally, towards our Ishtadevata or our Guru, we have a traditional form of worship which gives us inexplicable joy. We offer them with flowers, we offer them with so many things, and unknowingly the union takes place between the Bhakta and the Bhagavan. It may be for a short time, but even then, its effect is something very important. So now we are trying to understand whether it should be limited only to that particular place or particular time. When we try to go through Virat Papa's teachings, we try to understand that our worship toward the Bhagavan becomes complete only when we try to stretch it in all our activities, or to the extent possible in all activities. Wherever we get an opportunity, we try to bring it, so that we don't limit our devotion only to a particular time and particular place. Suppose we are worshipping Shirdi Baba. After observing all these things, We try to remember, Baba, you are there in everything. So enable me to extend whatever you made me to do now to all your creation. That is where that four mantras help us. Touch of love, touch of perfection, touch of dedication, touch of gratitude. Because even to worship him, he has to help us, He has to bless us, he has to give us the field. He has to give the wherewithal. Nothing, we ourselves are existing because of him. So whatever is to be offered to him is also from him only. That is why we say gratitude. You not only you provided, you gave us an opportunity for us to express our devotion to you in this form. It may not be possible to stretch throughout our 24 hours activity. But as Papa used to say, even the period ever so small, we will try this. That could be one of the reasons why Papa did not encourage the idol worship inside the ashram. Not that he was against. The only thing is, it should be extended to as much as possible, as many times as possible, as many occasions as possible in a day. Initially, we get joy by doing it in our puja room. Especially people like us who have been associating with Anand Ashram and who have been attending this Aarti. The last line of our Aarti program, Jajya Stalihe Vanajaya Vaje, Jajya Stalihe Nicharupa Suje. Wherever I see only you. Wherever I place my head, it is on your lap. So that means not to be stretched, not to be limited to Bhajan hall, not to be limited to the form of Papa, Mataji, Swamiji. Jajya study hai, that we are every day taking. So we will try one, along with all these things, we will add one more. Two more. So this is what Papa wanted, this bhakti. He names it as Para Bhakti. Think about it, so that it is not in conflict with what we are doing. As soon as we came here, we went to Mani's puja room. So when we prostrate before Papa, we remember Papa's words. Behold divinity in every aspect of this world, Leela. Verily, he is at play in all beings and creatures. To know that, we need that form. Elsewhere, he said, God does not need an intermediary. If you think that God can talk through Ramdas, he can talk through you as well. Because you cannot accuse him of partiality. Switch on your wire for direct communication. Why do you deny him in your heart? But to know that we need an intermediary, So that means we revere Papa's form because who has touched, awakened, shared his experience and given us so many practical clues. So revering the form definitely gives us joy. But at the same time, we should try to hear their words also. When we started thinking about any deity, any common deity worshipped in temples, suppose we go to Guru temple, thousands of people are going there for darshan. That means he is drawing thousands of people. He is giving joy to thousands of people every day. So should we limit ourselves to Guruvayurappan only in Guruvayur? What we have found is that when we think of Guruvayurappan, we thought we would go and meet him. We would have the darshan. Initially, yes. Papa has clearly clarified it in all his teachings. He says, when you say Papa, 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 Papa is already in your heart. Papa Mataji is in everybody, God is in everybody, you are in everybody. So, but still, we worship his form because it gives us, that is where we started our life. That is, to us, we don't know how far we are right. To us, this is bhakti. Bhakti not only to the worship of the form, but also trying to practice what the chosen deity or guru has asked us to do. It is not limited only to the traditional form of worship. Initially, we start with that. In ashram also, we have this flower offering, early morning. Something should be there. So, Bhakta and Bhagavan. The relationship between Bhakta and Bhagavan is called Bhakti. Bhakti starts from worship to a form. Then it should enable us to understand that he should reach out to as many of his creation while retaining our worship to that particular form. Because that is the starting point that we can never forget. Very important point in a sadhaka's bhakta's life. Anything else? Anyway, since nobody is coming out with anything, we will do a little bit reading of Papa's words. Mind is a veil that shuts you from the splendor of your immortal spirit, which is your real being. It is the mind that serves as a curtain, denying us the opportunity to remember Him. Mind is the veil that shuts you from the splendor of your immortal spirit, which is your real being. Tear up this by means of constant meditation and self-surrender. Through the knowledge of your true being, be conscious of your oneness with all existence. Through the knowledge of your true being, be conscious of your oneness with all existence. By the overflowing love of your heart, behold all beings and creatures as the expression of your own self. Your freedom, peace, joy lie in this attainment. Do not engross yourself in action, however noble and beneficial, without knowing the eternal source of all action within you. Source of action, capital S. Do not engross yourself in action, however noble and beneficial, without knowing the eternal source of all action within you. That means I am not doing. Do not blindly act without understanding that your outward life is an expression of the indwelling self. Do not blindly act without understanding that your outward life is an expression of the indwelling self. Retire within you from time to time and lose your little ego in the infinite consciousness of your supreme self. Manifest in its spontaneous sublimity the glory, beauty, and joy of your eternal spirit. You are verily the embodiment of this truth. Wake up to this awareness. The moment you give up ego sense, you realize your universal life and existence. Then as an apparent individual, you become a unique expression of this great truth. Feel with all the force of your being. I, who am all that is seen and unseen, alone exist. The worlds are my manifestation. Every object is thrilling with my life and joy. It is not that you have to enjoy divine ecstasy, but you have to realize that you are divine ecstasy itself. Truth or God is eternal bliss, and you are He. Life is eternal. Life is cosmic. Life is infinite, and there is nothing but life. This life is God, and you are He. There is no death. There is only a play of life, a changing play. Forms are projected and withdrawn for revealing again new forms. God is truth expressed and unexpressed, and God is all. Knowing this, be the very being of dazzling, immortal joy. Some clues for us. So mind is the one which makes me unaware of His presence. So I must somehow try to, with the help of Brahmana, try to become free from the thoughts, at least for a short while, and then directly experience His presence. Your freedom, peace, and joy lie in this attainment. And whenever any action, do not engross yourself in action, however noble and beneficent, without knowing the eternal source of all action within you. That means he is acting. Whatever may be the outward thing, Papa wants us to always try to understand that it is coming from within. Do not engross yourself in action, however noble and beneficent, without knowing the eternal source of all action within you. Do not blindly act without understanding that your outward life is an expression of the indwelling self. Retire within you from time to time and lose your little ego in the infinite consciousness of your supreme self. Retire within. Retire within you from time to time. These are all some of the ways by which he prescribes how to become aware of his presence. Otherwise, they are likely to be carried away that he is outside. He is only a concept, not a reality. Very, very, very thought-provoking and simple words. Manifest in its spontaneous sublimity the glory, beauty, and joy of your eternal spirit. You are verily the embodiment of this truth. Wake up to this awareness. The moment you give up ego sense, very difficult. Still, we will hear at least. The moment you give up ego sense, you realize your universal life and existence. Then, as an apparent individual, you become a unique expression of this great truth. Feel with all the force of your being, I, who am all that is seen and unseen, alone exist. Worlds are my manifestation. Every object is thrilling with my life and joy. And Papa again adds, it is not that you have to enjoy divine ecstasy, but that you have to realize that you are divine ecstasy. Truth or God is eternal bliss, and you are He. Life is eternal. Life is cosmic. Life is infinite. There is nothing but life. This life is God, and you are He. Anybody would like to say anything?
Swamiji, Hari Om. How to retire within from time to time, Swamiji kindly explain.
How to?
How to retire within?
Retire within. There could be 2-3 ways. Suppose you are working, even during the office time, we may get a few pause moments. At that time, we try to bring this. You make me to feel that I am doing this work. But if you are not there, I don't exist. Kindly make me to remember this. Start your work. Like this, in between, whenever is possible, we try. And during leave time or Sundays or Saturdays, you can stretch it for a few more, 1 hour, 2 hours. You will be observing mound. You will read one para, 4 or 5 lines of any master, and then with that you try to go within. Just look at the charming figure of the deity or master, and then what all he has given, what all the deity has touched in you. Like that, these are some way we retire within. There only Bhagavan and we are there. And as we start trying to do this, in his own mysterious way, he will arrange as to how we should proceed further. Some device by which we are reminding our mind that there is a power behind the mind, that is why the mind is functioning. Mind by itself cannot function. Mind functions only because the life is there. And life is God. But when the mind makes us to do, it makes us to forget about this. So during the past moments in our heavy work, heavy scheduled life, we get one after another, one after another, one after some work. Even then, we will get past moments. During the past moments, we pray to Him. You have made me understood that without you, I don't exist. But when you make me to involve in any activity, I forget this. I view it from my standpoint. Kindly enable me to. I may do everything, but with the feeling that you are making me to do. Not that I know. When you have given me this body, you have got your own agenda of what is to be done through your body. Agreed. But I should know that you are making me to do it. So these are all the past moments. And during our holidays or Sundays, we stretch it for a little more time. Suppose we are inside the puja room and we have the image of the Lord whom we are worshipping. We look at it intently. How is it that you are in the minds of so many crores of people? Though I see you as an image here, I can very well understand people in far off places. When they close their eyes, they can see you in the same form. How is it possible? That means you are there in everybody, and at the same time you wanted this form also to be instrumental cause to touch and kindle. Like that, there are umpteen number of ways by which this periodical retiring will help us to become aware of it. Retire from periodically only for that purpose. Retire within you from time to time and lose your little ego in the infinite consciousness of your Supreme Self. So our sense of individuality, the ego becomes subservient and it prays, That is the purpose of retiring from within. Not simply sitting. That is why when somebody asks us, what should we do during our Bhavana period or retirement period. Always this suggestion builds up in our mind. Somehow bring him into the picture. All these efforts are only to bring him into the picture. During our active time, it may not be possible. So every now and then we try this. And when we are on that job, we will find mysteriously the guidance comes from within. This is what we have seen. How does it come? Mysteriously. And it will be definitely helpful for us. You see now, in this particular instance, now today we travel from Ashram to Mumbai. We could reach here by 2:30. Had our meal. But again, 3:30, it comes back to us by. Because that is the time where he makes it more explicit to come out in so many forms through our Guru's form, Guru's words. So this guidance comes from within. Which topic we have to handle, we are placing it before, so if Papa prompts anyone of you to bring it out, okay. If not, if everybody is keeping quiet, then he will make us to go to some books. Because it is for our personal sadhana, we are doing it. Apparently, you can call it as a Google Meet. People are listening, people are attending, asking. But ultimately, it zeroes to our own sadhana, where we try to remember him. We are all in the midst of so many activities. So naturally, a tendency will be there not to concentrate on his form always. We are carried away by the preoccupations. That is why in ashram there is a fixed routine. Similarly, we have also to have a fixed routine. So along with our Ramnam chanting, along with our Swadhyay, along with our other activities, we also try now to intensely feel his presence by dwelling upon the words of our masters. I think all these things will give you some idea how to retire. It is not that you are retiring in the sense leaving away everything and going. No. From time to time, you are withdrawing for a particular moment. Okay. If retire is a big word, you are withdrawing the mind under some pretext to have just knock the door open, have a chat with him, and then go back. Okay. Every now and then they are checking up. He is there, whether I have forgotten or not. He is there, he has been there, but when he makes me to do certain activities, I tend to forget him. So he gives me now an opportunity, in the midst of everything, just come there and go see him and then go back, play. That is what is meant here by Papa, by the word retire. Is it clear?
Swamiji, clear, Swamiji.
Oh.
Totally subject to subject, Swami, clear.
Anything else?
Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om.
I have a different question. I don't know what plans Papa has for me, but in last 2 years, I find myself more in forest, in nature, with rural people in villages. My question is, when I'm in midst of the forest, I am attached to, I think of Papa, I think of all of them as Papa on a very superficial level, on a surface level. How can I connect with my core, deep to my core, with all that elements? Whether I'm under the sky or in forest, how can I connect with Papa with my deepest core?
Yes, you are right. Initially, in our enthusiasm, we try to do something not for our benefit, but involved in so many such activities. And then somewhere in the mind he says, connect this to me. And we don't have any clue. Here what we feel is, every day we must set apart some time for us, say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where we try to feel his presence within. Only when we feel his presence within, we will be able to feel his presence in others. We cannot feel his presence in others without knowing his presence within. Because knowing his presence within is the direct experience of his presence. He is there, he has been there. Similarly, he is there, he has been there in everybody also. How do I get a training? So, Parampuja Papa and Parampuja Mataji, they have been stressing this. First, realize his presence within. So, there also they have given us clues that the very life force, with which we feel we are now, that is he. So we try to remember at least a few minutes every day. You are there in the form of life force. You are there in the form of awareness. You are there in the form of intelligence. You are there in the form of everything that I see. But I fail or forget to retain this. Give me some clues by which I retain this. Now, intellectually, I have understood. Through your various teachings. I also know that your teachings have come from your experience. It was not a textual reproduction. So 100% faith is there. But when it comes to me, I am unable to understand. Like that, every day we have this dialogue. We keep on affirming, you are life absolute, you are awareness absolute, intelligence absolute. That I have understood, because without life and without awareness, I cannot be functioning as an individual. Without intelligence, I cannot move a finger. So these three are inherent in me, and you are there in that form. When you write a letter, when you cook, when you clean your house, when you efficiently discharge your professional commitments, you can see these three are in play. What else we need to know that he is with us? With only life I can act. With only awareness, I know that it can be presented well, worked out well. And the needed intelligence for the guidance. Suppose you are writing a letter, it should be impressive. It should be clear, candid. It should bring out what exactly we want to. So all these things are there. And these are these attributes. He is in the form of life, he is in the form of awareness, he is in the form of intelligence. Every day when we try this, on pondering over this, one day he will bless us with a glimpse of his presence. And then we try to stabilize it. And then we try to see him in everything. Straight away to see him outside, it is difficult, very difficult. So this preparation has to go on. Until such time, we can carry on with our social activities. But there the difficulty is, I am there as a doer. Whereas with this understanding when we go, we know that he made us. He has created this. He created me also. And he provided me this opportunity. He made me to enjoy and make use of it. See the difference? Passive voice, passive voice, passive voice. Otherwise, his active voice will definitely serve as a curtain by which we become unaware of his presence. Straight away to see him in everybody, no. It is difficult for people like us. So we try this way. We try to do whatever is possible outside, but we try this also every day so that we get stabilized in it. Otherwise, the mind will arrogate it. I have done this, I have done that. You can see that in the ashram life. Papa Mataji scaled the heights. And then they started the charitable activities. And because of that, nobody says, our ashram is doing this, that. Nobody will say that. Excepting for the income tax purpose and statutory purposes, we have to give all these details. Otherwise, no. Nobody feels. It has become a part of our nature. No owning up. We all know that we don't mobilize, we don't ask anybody. He brings it through some forms. He also brings people, deserving people through another forms. He makes the ashram sevaks to handle it. So as you said, we can see him in the outer also. But that is because of the wonderful legacy they have left and our faith in their words, which we know it is 100%, 150% true. God makes us to do so many things through ashram. But we, not 1% we can arrogate that it has been done by us. Mysteriously it comes, mysteriously it goes. And the only thing is he has made us as a conduit pipe, that's all. Intermediary. Nobody feels we have done this, we have done that. Why, We know that it has been done by the other. Papa Mataji's way was such, their approach was such that he provides, he takes away. When that goes on in our mind, we feel his presence. He is bringing people. He is organizing. Then we can say we are seeing him. Think about it. So in ashram it is very, very clear.
seems difficult, Swamiji.
Huh?
It seems difficult.
Difficult, but it is possible. It is difficult, but possible. It is difficult because we are yet to train our mind that we are talking, we are hearing because of him. He is that much immanent, that much close to us. Don't look at him as an entity. Look at him as a power. Papa himself defines Ram as one subtle and mysterious power, not an entity. So the power behind your questioning, the power behind the eyes, the power behind the ears, like that we have to go. He is not away, he is not away. That is why Puja Mataji wanted all of us to repeat that adorable presence, Not for anything else. Because how he is present in us, it has been beautifully brought out in that prayer. Adorable presence, thou who art within and without, above and below, and all around. You are interpenetrating the very cells of our being. You are the eye of our eye, ear of our ears, heart of our hearts, mind of our minds, breath of our breaths, soul of our souls, life of our lives, soul of our souls. Oh, bless us, dear God, to make us aware of this now and here. So that easy for us to conceive, Oh, I am seeing, correct. My heart is beating, correct. I am hearing, correct. You don't have to go and ask anybody else. It is the truth. Who is making me to see that? It can never be an individual. It is only the power. And this power, like that.
Swami, one thing, Swamiji, if something good happens, we will say, Papa's hand, Papa helped me like that. When we fall down, we never feel like because of Papa that I fell down. How can we convert that feeling to Papa that would help us?
In everything we have to see. Normally, first we will see God in Rama. Straight away you cannot see God in Ravana, Later on we find that Rama and Ravana all are his forms. So straight away we will not be able to. So first we will see all in positive things. Then we will say, oh, if it is positive, it should also be negative. When we bite a piece of sugar cane, when we bite a piece of bitter gourd, when we bite a piece of chilies, we are not complaining, Why?
Yes, sir. Yes. That's
Think.
Right.
Because we know everything has come, Bijamam Sarvabhudanam. He is behind the sugar cane, he is behind the bitter gourd, he is behind the lemon, he is behind the green chili. So though the source is one, his expressions are different. So the Rama and Ravana. We remember Rama because of Ramayana. Ramayana became famous because of the wonderful pivotal role played by Mandara. But Mandara is not respected or revered by anybody.
Yes, understand, sir.
If Mandara has not played that game on that faithful knight to Kaikeyi, you and I will not read Ramayana. Oh, so first we may not. Later on we understand that she is equally responsible for this. And thanks to her, otherwise Ramayana would not have come into the picture. Similarly, when you think about Mahabharata, Shakuni, normally everybody looks down upon him.
Because it was a bad character.
But if Shakuni is not there, you would not have had Bhagavad Gita at all. When Sri Krishna went there for mediation, finally from half property to something five villages, then five. I see he said 5 houses. Duryodhana was about to say yes. But Shakuni called him inside. Don't give them anything, not even a needle space. Because then only the war will take place, then only this song celestial will be there, which is going to serve crores and crores of people in the years to come. So God wanted one character also to play like that. So now we will start recognizing Shakuni is also a form of God. So similarly, initially it may not be possible for us. You will say when I get something by Papa's grace, I got it. But when something goes wrong, I will not say by Papa's grace, I did not get it. But ultimately, that is the truth, which we should slowly try to recognize. Our sadhana will enable us to do that. Initially, it may not be possible. Vinobaji used to say, first you write small letters, then you write big letters. The same alphabet, do you condemn the alphabet? Suppose you say COMEIN. Come in. Another innocent letters are there. GETOUT. Get out. Do we condemn the alphabet? Do we condemn the alphabet? Alphabets are simple, you combine it in such a way, it gives a but alphabets are basically, essentially, intrinsically innocent. That is the base from which everything has come. Come in, get out. It has all come from simple, innocent alphabet. Will you blame? Because the moment that you go, somebody says, get out. Okay. You would have felt sorry, you would have felt wounded, you would have felt insulted. That's. But do you blame the alphabet? Plain alphabet. Think about all these. These are all reflections. Papa wanted every one of us to do some reflection. The more you become reflective and meditative or contemplative, the nearer you approach the springs of life. Anyhow, already 4:30, okay? Yes?
So it is possible to feel that stillness within.
No.
Am I right? It
Yes.
is possible to feel that stillness within.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Thank you, Ravindji. Thank you.
100%. So, Hari Om, let us all try to, day after tomorrow when we meet, at least, there should be a connection. That is why we are asking any topics. If all of you keep quiet, there won't be any incentive for this then. So kindly come out with something. Then only the incentive is there, to prolong with this program. Okay. Hari Om, Hari Om. Oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Whenever you are free, you try to jot down, and that you can so that it will not become a one-way traffic. It will be a sadhana. Hari Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaskaram, namaskaram. Hari Om.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaskaram, namaskaram. Switching off.
Ram.